party going to change? And will you set out a timeline for your departure, as some people have demanded?
I haven't seen off anything because there wasn't anything to see off, to be honest, in the last week. It's been a challenging week, obviously, for many people. I was in Mullingar on Friday night, close to 400 grassroots members of the party in our centenary event, and Shane Moynihan would have been there with me and Robert Troy. And there was a very warm, positive reception from the grassroots of the party. Anybody who knows me, any members of the parliamentary party, know that I've knocked on doors with them on streets. And I have to be very strongly assertive on this point. I've been elected in many elections. I'm very connected to people. I'm on the ground almost permanently on a 7-day-a-week basis. And I will continue to engage with my parliamentary party. We'll continue to seek new ways to broaden and structure engagement and consultation better and so on like that. The following day in Mullingar we had the councillors gathering, very strong, good gathering. They were very constructive with Minister Jim O'Callaghan, James Brown, Mary Butler and indeed many others. So, the sense across the party and the membership of the party is very supportive and very warm.
Did you say this, but then Willie O'D in the Sunday Independent today is writing that he's never seen the party in a deeper state of despair than it is today. So clearly what you're saying and what you're seeing is not indicative of what many in your parliamentary party are feeling. So how do you feel?
Well, I don't agree with what Willie has said. No, it's not the first article Willie has articulated sentiments like that in the Sunday Independent, and he would have his perspective and his views on things, but I wouldn't agree with that. I've been through 2011 and would have been first elected in 1989, so I have a fair idea of how tough times, and this is nowhere comparable to that. It's quite interesting. Look, we have a war situation in the Middle East, which on top of all the shocks that people have faced from COVID-19 onwards to the Ukraine, has created a lot of pressure on families and on people. I think our role and our objective is to seek ways to try and structurally alleviate the pressures on people, because I think we have to accept the fact that there will be perhaps further shocks, may not be this current one. We hope that the dialogue will continue, in the Middle East, that we get a resolution and an end to the war there, because that would have a beneficial impact on fuel prices and so on like that. And that's where our focus is. My focus is on policies, and our focus is on both in terms of developing ways to try and alleviate the financial and economic pressures on people.
So you're not going to lay out
a national sabotage, Taoiseach, for there to be...
Sorry?
Would it be national sabotage for there to be party upheavals during the July presidency to the end of the year? And can I ask, without giving anything away, because I know you won't, but do you have it in your own head as to when the time might be right to pass the baton?
Well, I think you answered your own question there. Yeah. The first point, look, the one thing I'd say about Fianna Fáil parliamentary party, it's a robust party, but there's freedom of perspectives and ideas. I don't think anyone could accuse the Fianna Fáil party, or indeed a leadership, of suppressing opinion within the parliamentary party. I'm sure even most of you couldn't dare suggest that, given the fluidity of views that find their ways to you from time to time. So that's a positive in one way. It can be a negative at other times, but it's a positive in the sense of the, I was elected leader of the party, other leaders got appointed. There's a kind of a difference. Other parties don't have the same level of freedom, or the sense of TDs speaking out, and so on like that. So that's in many ways a strength as well, because we have a lot of strong characters and personalities within the party. So there's a positive to that too.
But you know when the time is up.
Of course, yeah.
How many more internal party shocks do you think?
Well, I don't see it in that vein. I mean, I have a mandate. I was elected only a year and a half ago. That's all, and I went before the people, and I think many people who are now elected were happy that I was leading the charge in that election. So that's my position, and I have a mandate to fulfil, and I'll fulfil it.
Anybody thinking about doing it again?
Look, I don't see it that way. I mean, I met individual deputies. I didn't see last week as a move in that direction at all.
You mentioned the next local elections.
Sorry?
Do you think you're going to be leader at the next local elections?
Sorry, you know my position on that. I will fulfil my mandate and I will lead into the next set of elections.